Hi, I'm Liam from Turn Sounds, and sleeping upside down is really, really bad for your posture.
Welcome to Just Keep Walking. We're a podcast focused on the Walking Dead TV show, and this episode will be discussing a whole pile of Walking Dead things, including the San Diego Comic-Con panels and what's to come. I am your host, Ben, and joined by two wonderful co-hosts.
I'm Liam, last I checked.
The legend.
Yes.
Liam the legend.
And I am the casual fan, Isaac.
Oh,
Happy
I
to
don't
be
have
here.
to claim that.
Didn't we re-establish, true fan? Wasn't...
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
True
Cool.
fan, Isaac.
Happy
Yeah.
realization.
That's good. That's
True
good.
fan.
Sounds a bit better.
We'll see after today. Who knows?
Yeah, true. Yeah, well, we're pretty much just going to dive straight into it. First of all, spoiler alert for the whole series up until this point, but no future leaks or spoilers. And for all questions and suggestions, make sure you head to turnsounds.com. We've got a whole pile of other podcasts there, and you can email us or follow us on social media if you want to get in touch with anything. So, yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
It's a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
So, let's just start off with Zombie of the Week. Hey, we started that
Interesting.
last week. And so, obviously, we haven't got a new episode we're talking about this week, so you can just pick any random zombie. But, Isaac, do you want to go first?
Okay, so I said this off mic, but just to remind the listeners, this is by far my favorite part of the show already.
Nice.
So it's bittersweet that it's happening so early in the show.
Okay.
But my pick, I was thinking back to season 2, the zombie that's stuck down in the well and it's all bloated and fat. And
Oh, no.
Is that
Liam,
yours
yeah.
as
That was
Liam?
totally my one.
Look at the flowers, Liam. Yeah, the fact that they're pulling it up and it's so heavy and bloated that it splits in half and it's just so disgusting.
Disgusting.
And well done, I say to them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
Absolutely. I watched
Sorry,
that
Liam.
again the other day, actually. I'm going through, I just finished season 2 and going through the whole series pretty much, but you can even see the spine trailing out the bottom of it, and it's just disgusting. But so much effort put into it, hey.
It's all just a puppet, or they get it puppeted, or
I can't remember fully. I think some of it might have been a puppet and some of it was like a guy just with green pants on or whatever, and they did green screen, but yeah, however they did it, it's impressive.
I was under
Yeah.
the impression it was a real zombie. They just,
Oh, yeah, probably.
they just can't actually, for legal purposes, say that this is what it is.
That's
But-
true.
good? Well, no, not even acting then on their part.
Exactly, yeah.
Just disgusting all around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Liam, have you got a backup choice?
Oh.
Sorry.
No, that's perfect out of all the zombies in the show. That's so good. No, do you have one?
Fair enough. Oh, I'll go one. You see
Yeah,
if you can think of
excellent.
something. So this one is from season 5, and this is kind of a few zombies in one, but all the ones who are laid out on the gravel sort of road, and they're all burnt and pretty much melted into the road almost.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of weird. I guess it looks like that there had been a fire there or something like that, but also just that they'd been laying on this really hot ground and, yeah, just melted into it. And so there's the one that Daryl grabs the head of and it just pretty much falls off because it's all just soft. And yeah, so it's gross. But those ones I remember standing out as, well, this is something different and those are ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He used it like a bowling ball, didn't he? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, well, he
Fingers in the eyes and...
whacked, fingers
Yeah.
in the eyes, like a bowling ball, you're
Oh.
right, yeah.
Nasty.
So, yeah, I don't know if that would be one of my favourite ones because it's gross, but it definitely stands out. So, there we go.
Mm.
Alrighty,
The
I've got one.
Good.
Yep, you sort of sparked my memory there. And I'm a little bit disappointed they didn't use it more, or them. This is a broad one. But the zombies on the wall at the sanctuary.
And
Yeah,
on the
okay.
fence line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were cool. And how Eugene came up with the idea of putting metal or molten metal on them to try and fuse them so they wouldn't rot and fall to pieces. That was pretty
Great
cool.
use of your resources there.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but wasn't it because he tried to stab one in the head that had melted stuff already and he couldn't get
That's
through.
true.
And so he was kind of
forgot about
armoring
that.
them, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
It's a pretty awesome defense when you think about it.
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to remember, were they used much as for an actual purpose, like a defense or deterrent to keep the sanctuary safe.
That was my understanding. I'm pretty sure that's what they were used for in the comic books. They were
So-
just
Okay.
a wall to prevent people from coming in, trying
Yeah.
to discourage. And if you get too close, you're probably going to get nipped.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I remember Negan saying something to, like, well, I can't remember. It might have even been Daryl when Daryl was a prisoner saying, either way, you're going to work for me, whether, you work for me in here or I kill you
Yeah.
and I put you on the wall and you work for me out there.
Right, yeah.
It wasn't
That's
so
also-
quite so cheery when he said
Yeah.
it. But
I don't know. He was a pretty cheery bloke.
It would probably take more resources, but I feel like a moat of zombies would probably be better. Like if you had sort of 2 layers of fences and just full of zombies in between, then that's going to stop anyone trying to jump the fence and get over.
That's very true.
That works. Sweet, yeah. Well, we've had, it was a couple weeks ago now, but the San Diego Comic-Con, which is usually obviously a big event, but now they can't have it in person, so it was all online. Have you guys heard much about what was announced there as far as Walking Dead goes, or how much have you heard?
just that the dead would continue walking.
Oh, yeah.
That's about it.
That's always a plus.
So that really rested my mind. But other than that, nothing.
Okay, cool. Liam?
Priorities.
All right, big announcement, everybody.
How do I follow that? I heard that they're doing, was it another 6 episodes of season 10?
Yeah, you're right.
So they're going to drop the finale, and I think they're still going to call it the finale, but then add an extra 6 episodes on the back end of that.
Yeah, so that leaves a lot of open questions at the moment as to what those 6 episodes are going to be. Because there's, in the actual panel, I go, very excited, obviously, hearing that 6 extra episodes of the season. And yeah, just wondering what they would do with the story for that. So I'm still hoping that they do it as a continuation of the story. But then there are lots of rumors floating around from the way some of the other, producers and stuff have talked about it, that it might not be necessarily a continuation of the story, but just something like almost spin-off, or for example, it could look back at what Connie's been up to while we haven't been following her story, or just fill in some of those gaps maybe.
Would that really be
yeah.
disappointing for you?
No, not completely. I could be happy with that. But I suppose they announced it, making it sound like it was, 6 more episodes continuing the story. But then it kind of is sounding more like it's just going to be bonus things that even if you don't watch them, you can still continue with season 11 and you'll still have the full picture.
I wonder then, are they looking to, you probably know far more than I do, are they using like old footage that they haven't ended up using for previous episodes?
Well, it's all just speculation really at the moment. Nothing's been officially announced, so that's all just theories. It could literally just be, more episodes continuing the story. The only reason that's been going around is one of the producers said it won't be essential or it won't lead into season 11 or something like that as far as the story goes. That's what it sounded like, so who knows? But if that wasn't the case, like if you could have anything at all, it could be spin-off or it can continue the story, what would you guys hope for? Have you got any things you'd like to see?
So definitely anything more with either Connie or Princess. I really don't mind if they're bottle episodes. If it's just from the start of the episode, here's a problem, and by the end of it, they've solved the problem. Besides a little bit of character development, maybe, and some friendships made, I really don't need it to go anywhere. So for the little that we've seen of Princess so far, we've talked about, we've quite liked, and we're sort of keen to see more. But then I'd even go back and look at Michonne, maybe what she's up to.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if you could really without furthering the story, though. So,
Yeah,
Hmm.
but yeah, any of those 3, really.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
definitely. Oh, good thoughts. And like you said, it definitely could work, and I'd be very keen to see that. Even bottle episodes, like you're saying, it could seem like a bad thing, but I think they can be quite fun as well. Just if they're self-contained, as long as they're actually interesting and a good story, it doesn't necessarily have to contribute to the larger plot. I don't think, to be enjoyable.
Because that's kind of what the Mandalorian TV show does. It's kind of like
yeah.
starts and finishes at it kind of drips into a more major plot.
Sure.
But yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's very true. Yeah.
Well, that was pretty much like all TV shows back in the day because,
Yeah.
you know, if they were only airing on TV, if you missed 1 week, you wouldn't want to be out of the loop for the whole story. So, yeah, you can think of a lot of old, or pretty much any sitcoms or whatever. You just can come in any random episode and get the idea. But definitely, even like the Storm episode in the snow at the end of season 9, that, you know, something along those lines of just surviving. Oh, we've got to travel from A to B, something like that. I'd love to see just anything survival focused or some sort of, well, we've got to go and do a run, grab these supplies, anything like that. I'd be really keen to see.
That's a good point. I'd like to see more snow, actually. That was cool, wasn't
Oh
it?
yeah, more
That
snow.
was really good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, actually, I wonder how doable that is because that's been part of the conversation. Is when they start up filming, there's obviously restrictions at the moment with quarantine and even potentially social distancing, which would cause a lot of issues for walker herds. Yeah, but the snow was all shot like indoors in a studio. So I heard another podcast talking about this, similar to like, I think a lot of sports teams are doing this where they're just all going into quarantine together and not leaving so that they can, you know, still go and play sports on TV and stuff like that. But they just can't have any contact with the outside world. So they could do something along those lines where, you know, it's Walking Dead camp. Everyone lives there
Yeah.
and goes into the studio to film, but they don't go out and travel around.
So you have like a 2 or 3, I don't know how long it takes them. Let's say like 2 months of shooting. I don't know if that's way too long. But then plus 14 days afterward for quarantining.
Yeah, sure.
Or even in that 2 months, finding out if anybody displays any symptoms or anything like that. And it's kind of like they quarantine while they're recording. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool idea. Yeah.
could be cool.
It could definitely work. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess that's where it makes sense as well to go with spin-offs focused on a couple of characters, is that, you know, logistically to get all the cast there with the current situation, I imagine would be pretty tricky. So if you can just get a couple at a time and film their own stories and just do that for a few episodes, then that'd definitely work.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I mean, considering that we'd usually be getting in October, we'd be getting the start of a new season, and then that would go into next year. Considering we're pretty much missing a whole season from the usual schedule, it's good to have something at least just to tide people over.
Yeah, that's very true. I was a little bit at first, well, why aren't they just starting the new season? But then I actually thought about it and, yeah, COVID. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I'm glad that we're getting 6 new episodes.
Oh, definitely. Hey, better than nothing.
Yeah.
The worst thing that could come of all of this is one of the central actors dies from COVID. And then they have to try and explain how that happened.
Yeah, no, they absolutely need to, you know, be safe about it and smart
Yeah.
about if they're going to open it up and do anything.
Definitely.
I'm not sure what it's like in Georgia in particular at the moment, whether there's lots of cases there. I think I heard good things a while ago, but I haven't checked on it. But they seem like they're optimistic to start shooting in a couple months. So guess we'll just have to wait and see. Hey.
They should all just fly here to Perth. We got it good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I won't go into this too much, but yeah, in Freo, they are looking at fairly soon starting up a big film studio here because some of the cast of like Grey's Anatomy, I know there's a couple of them living here at the moment during the lockdown, or at least one of them. And they've been talking about that, like, why can't we just, you know, this is such a perfect place. Why can't we just build a studio here and then everyone can just come here and film? So
Absolutely.
that'd be pretty
Yeah.
cool.
That put us
Yeah,
on the map for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
AMC, hey.
WA, the place to be.
Yeah.
Oh, write that down. Write that down.
Sweet.
Nice.
Cool. Any last thoughts on that? Oh, obviously, the finale date is, well, finale, I don't know what they're going to call it, but October 4th, I think that is.
That's a very special day.
Oh, it's your birthday, isn't it?
It's my birthday.
Hey. Well, sadly, we're in Australia, so it'll be October 5th when it is here.
Dang it.
But, hey, can't always get what you want.
And yet I smile.
Mate, you're on fire with those sound effects.
Yeah, working on it.
Yeah, so something we've done in the past is, we've got into a bit of trivia sort of stuff, and it's all been pretty random for the most part. Like, we've just picked whatever we feel like asking questions about. So today I thought we could try something a bit different, similar to the show Hard Quiz. I don't know if that's outside of Australia at all, but there's a thing in Australia at least where pretty much contestants come on, they're an expert in one subject. So they'll say, oh, I'm a fan of this TV show or this band or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they'll just get asked really hard questions related to that subject. So I thought we could do something similar here where rather than just any and all questions about the show, you can pick a specific subject and we'll choose some questions about that. So
You take away the term expert straight away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So I feel like there's an added layer of shame to getting these wrong when these are our own fields that we've claimed to have some level of proficiency
well, exactly. Yeah, you can't complain.
Oh, we absolutely can complain.
in. And we shall, Liam.
Exactly.
Together.
So yeah, Liam, you've gone with villains.
Yeah.
Isaac's gone with weapons,
Yeah.
and I've gone with episodes and episode numbers and names and stuff like that. So
Which can I say, I feel like yours is easily the hardest one.
Yeah.
okay,
Like I'll be
yeah.
very impressed if you can get any, if all of these. Wow. Like,
Okay, cool. That's good. I'm glad that you've gone for hard ones. I want to challenge. So,
oh,
yeah.
okay.
I'm pretty confident you could name any season and episode number, and I'll tell you the name of it.
Okay.
So I've got that side of things down packed, but we'll see how we go.
Okay. Could you tell me the timestamp of how far we're recording?
Yeah, 22 minutes.
22. Okay. So listeners, if around 22 minutes, you didn't hear Ben say that, then it means he's cut it out because something was cut wrong.
I'm just gonna cut that out.
Oh,
too.
no. You can't
You
shut
gotta
me down
sneak it in
forever.
later. How about we start off? We'll ask Liam a couple questions. Should we just do all the questions in one? Is
Yeah,
that the way to
let's-
go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get it
Turn
over
face
with.
down.
Cool. Isaac, why don't you start us off then?
Ooh, let's open up those notes.
Sure thing.
Okay, so I tried to find something which was... So villains is your thing, all right? So I see how I do, all right? You can give me some feedback afterwards. Beginning with 50-50 choice, to start off with. Which eye did the governor lose?
Oh, left.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh no!
50-50s are terrible.
But those are always the hardest
I know.
questions, because you just second guess yourself if you.
I
think
was
about
so
it.
sure though. As well.
No, it's the right eye. Yeah.
Well, it's probably because when you look at it, it looks the other way around. So it might be like his
That's fair.
left, but it looks
Yeah, we'll
to
go
the
with
right
that.
to us.
Okay.
I don't know.
So kind of, I guess. All right.
All right.
Do you want to ask one, Ben?
Yeah, sure. So, how did Martinez die?
He was killed by the governor. He was.
Yeah, more specific.
I believe he was whacked with a golf club
Yes,
and then pushed into a pit and buried alive, wasn't he?
oh, pretty much spot
Well,
on.
yeah, yeah.
Back to the golf club and dragged into the pit full of walkers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well done.
sweet, nice.
My next question. So when was the first time we heard the name Negan? When was
Ooh.
that mentioned? Who did that?
Who did that?
Or like, this one is I'm a little iffy on. You could give me the season, the episode title, the person who said it.
It was in season 6.
Okay. Yeah.
But I can't remember if it was someone from Hilltop or not. It wasn't Hilltop, was it? Was it Hilltop?
Ben, do you wanna?
Yeah.
Gregory?
I'm pretty sure. Well, do you want me to say it, or do you want me to give you a hint?
Do you want to hint at an episode title or?
Okay, yeah.
I mean, do you want to give me the episode? All right, so it's. I'll tell you. All right, so it's No Way Out was the episode.
No Way Out. Okay.
Although technically, I think it first happened in a after credits scene from start to finish, but that was after credits.
yeah.
Oh,
Actually, you're
I
right.
didn't see that.
Yes. Yeah, I do remember that now. That was.
Oh, maybe I got this wrong then.
Now I can't.
Well,
even-
that's close enough. It pretty
What
much
was his
happens in
name?
the next episode, but yeah.
I can't remember that dude's name, but it was that little band of bikers.
Mm.
And they rolled up on Daryl Abraham when he was dressed in his Sunday best.
Yeah.
military outfit. And Who was it?
I'll-
Sasha?
Sasha.
I'll pay that. That's all I had. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, nice.
Eddie,
Well
I think
done.
his name was.
Yeah.
Sweet. Oh, his name?
Yeah, I'm pretty
What
sure
was
his
it?
name was Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
No, it was
I
Negan.
wouldn't have known
So
that.
I remember Negan saying, "Oh, that's what happened to Eddie and that band."
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it
that
was
sounds
Eddie.
right. Hey,
Damn.
nice.
Ben.
All right. So we're talking about Negan's lieutenants or his inner circle. You know, they all sit around the table and stuff like that. Can you name who are the 3 female characters
Oh.
on Negan's inner circle?
Good question.
We're
These
on
are
the
really
same-
good
We're
questions.
on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
You know? Governor, the Negan.
Orad was one.
Yeah.
Yep. What was the other one? She was killed by Beta. What was her name?
Oh, that's the easy
Oh,
one.
come on,
How
mate.
am I? I'm mentally blanking. Damn it, what was her name? Was it Laura?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's
cool.
his sister's name. That's
Yeah.
easy to remember.
That's why I was second guessing.
Yeah,
Like,
fair,
no, I'm just
fair.
thinking that because it's my sister's name. Who was the third?
This
one?
is the hardest one. So I'll give you a hint. She's like fairly. She's maybe 50, something like that. Like she's a bit older than the rest of them.
I don't remember this one.
No, neither
And
do
she
I.
ends up having like a cane, and because she gets a limp or something like that at one point.
Yep, I'm not going to get that one.
No, fair enough. It's Regina. and-
Regina.
yeah, she's. If you saw a picture, you'd know who she is. But
Okay. We'll
yeah,
get
anyway,
that.
she
up.
runs one
Oh.
of the outposts as well. But,
Okay,
yeah.
good question.
Good effort.
Yeah.
Good effort. I got
questions.
last one for you. Maybe this one, or you'll get back on track with this one. There's a little bit of a pun in there. So talking about Terminus, the tracks leading to Terminus.
yeah, I see what you
Okay,
did.
so talking about Terminus, you know, they're welcoming of all people. You know, everyone's welcome and all that. And as Rick and the gang are sort of walking in, something seems off. What was the tell that gave them away in the end?
Glenn's watch.
Hey,
Ah,
nice.
Smooth. Very good.
Very nice.
Pocket watch.
Yeah, pocket watch.
Yeah. Can you name the savior who he led a band of runaway saviors in season 9? And after the time skip, they ended up ambushing Carol and Henry on the road.
Oh, yeah.
And he had like the toothpick and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I remember who he is, but I can't remember his name.
Just jerk, isn't it?
Yes.
Jerk.
Yes.
That's actually not too far off from how the name sounds.
Ah.
It is a bit, but it's kind of close.
J. Starts with a J then. Jared.
Jed. it
Jed.
is.
Oh, alrighty.
Good questions.
Oh, how's
Very
it
good
feel to be on the hot seat like that?
Oh.
Hot seat millionaire.
I'm glad that it's cooling off now. After all.
Oh, I'm panicking.
That
Oh.
was all 3, wasn't
Yes, that's all for me.
it? Easy. Cool. Nice. Do you want to go next?
All
Do you
right,
want
just
me-
so I'm not the last
Okay,
one.
okay.
Ooh.
Liam, do you want me to start off with a question or do you want to go?
Go for it.
All right. So, can you tell me what is Carol's signature weapon since season 4?
Her signature weapon,
Hmm.
that'll be the blade with the knuckle duster.
Yeah, I'll pay that.
Okay. Does that?
Yeah.
Did you get a certain name for that? or-
I had a very specific name for it, but I didn't
Oh.
figure you'd get that. Could you have a guess?
Did
at,
she
like-
call it something?
No, she didn't call it something, but like the technical term
Oh.
for it.
Is it a rapier? I don't know.
No, but good guess.
Blackwool duster.
I've got military warrior Tanto with knuckle guard. So, but you said knuckle duster, so it's like, does the
Okay,
job.
I don't know if I would.
But yeah, no, that's good.
Okay.
I'll
Alrighty.
pay that.
Technical.
I like it.
You get technical with us quite a lot with weapon names.
Not military, whatever that was.
Fair
I
enough.
think I just say. All right.
All right. I got an easy one for you.
Yes,
Ooh.
please.
What is the model of Rick's gun? What is it?
It's a Colt Python.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had that as one of mine, but I got a few spares. So can you get more specific if you
44 Magnum.
357 Magnum?
Ah.
Not far off. Well, quite a few numbers off.
Yeah.
You got Magnum right.
You sure about that?
Oh, that's well, .357.
The point 3. Now we're getting specific. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. What is Lydia's signature weapon in season 10?
Lydia. Oh, it's just a staff, isn't it? No. Or is it?
Oh,
Oh, Lydia, you know my eyes roll back into
Oh,
my
it's
head.
with Carol and Lydia because you love them.
I was thinking that.
Look, I'll just say a staff because that's what Henry had.
Okay, there's something extra attached to it.
Something attached to it.
Yeah.
Damn, I don't remember. It's like a spearhead or something.
She's got nunchucks or a nunchuck attached to the end of it. So it's
When
Henry's
was
stuff.
this?
But yeah. If I showed you a picture, you'd go, oh yeah.
Does she, like we see her use it?
Yeah. And she practices with a lot at Alexandria. Yeah.
Okay, there you
So
go.
it's sort of, it can clip in, but it can detach and pull out and have the thing hanging. I don't know how
That
practical
seems
that
really
is.
silly in the Walker environment.
Yeah,
like,
that's very true. I guess got to do something different.
and you got to be super masterful with those not to hit yourself while you're twirling them as well. So.
they're hard.
But at least if it's at the end of a staff, then it's not likely to whack you because
Right.
you're holding it away, but you can swing it around.
But the zombie you hit is just going to go oof and then keep on walking forward. It's not going to...
Hey, I didn't
Come on,
design it.
Lydia.
Yeah, right, that's fair. Hey, Liam.
Yeah, I'm kind of blown away by that. I don't remember her having a nunchuck attached to it.
Yeah,
but there you go.
right.
If I may put a pin in something I just thought
Sure.
about that we said right at the start about... I said something silly about The Walking Dead still being walking. The very first two walkers we saw weren't even walking anyway. Like, there was one sitting in a bus doing nothing, and the other one was crawling on the ground.
The
Like, that's...
little girl walked.
Did she?
Yeah, right at the
yeah,
start
yeah.
with the teddy bear.
Oh, okay. Right.
But you're right, yeah.
False advertising.
Depends if they were going for plural or not when they say The Walking Dead.
True.
Anyways,
Hmm.
what weapon does Daryl use when the Whisperers attack Hilltop?
Oh, that's the Morning Star.
Yeah.
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 Easy, spot on.
Yeah.
Nice. I've got two. I'm deciding which one to go with. All right. So similarly, what did Daryl use in this situation? What weapon did Daryl use to turn the tide when the walkers were all invading Alexandria? So this is back in season 6. There was the massive herd that broke in,
Mm-hmm.
and he pretty much turned the tide of the whole battle with one weapon.
Can I ask you a question about that question?
Yeah,
Is it a
sure.
two-handed weapon?
Yeah, I think so. You probably could do it with one hand, but it would be a lot trickier.
Because I'm thinking like a fireman's axe is what comes to mind.
Okay, not quite on the right path there.
Or is it like a sledgehammer or something
I'll
crazy?
give you another hint. So Abraham found this originally when he was wearing his fancy suit.
Have you got this one, Liam?
I thought I did, but maybe I don't.
I can, like, as soon as you say it, I'll go, oh, yeah, of course.
Sure, yeah.
I think I know what it is.
Is it like a club of some kind?
Nah, no.
Okay, I'm thinking a blunt weapon of some description, but I
Okay.
guess, what do you reckon?
Fair enough. Do you want to go, Liam? Have a guess?
Well, at first I thought he used a fire truck and he set fire to them all.
Yes. And what did he use to start the fire?
I'm gonna guess because you said Abraham rocket launcher. Like
Yeah, pretty much. RPG,
RPG,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah,
Well, I was not close at all.
But yeah, that was what Abraham found on the road. And that's what they blew up all the biker guards with
That's
as well.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I haven't seen that in ages.
Nah, fair enough. Hey. Sweet. You've got one more?
One more, yes.
Cool.
Alrighty. Another simple one. What is Kelly's weapon of choice?
Kelly is the sister of Connie.
Yeah.
Slingshot.
Bingo.
Hey,
Nice. Good job.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Ben, are you ready for this madness?
I am so ready for this.
I don't know.
Oh.
Well, let's see. Yeah,
Okay.
whenever.
Would you like to go first, Liam?
Sure. What episode did Herschel die?
Oh,
Oh,
sad
that's pretty
reacts.
easy. Season 4, episode 8, Too Far Gone.
Bingo.
Boom. You have one of these. Okay, going on with the sad reacts. What episode did Shiva die?
Season 8, episode 4, Some Guy.
Wow, this is amazing. You're like Rain Man. Like, this is...
All right, curveball. What episode did Glenn and Maggie first get it on?
I think season 2, episode 4, Cherokee Rose.
Hang on.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay, let's keep this going.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. What episode?
Nice and fast.
This is frightening. At least give us a few ums and ahs in between,
Yeah,
okay?
okay, all right. I'll
Alright.
try for this.
What episode does Aaron lose his hand?
Ooh, good one.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I do know.
Okay. Go on.
Season 9, episode 2, The Bridge.
Yeah, wow.
This is incredible. All right, last one.
We should
I'd
make some
like to
money
say-
with you. Or something.
Yeah.
How do we
Yeah.
exploit this?
Man, I feel like I was hoping this would be a curveball, but it's not going to be a curveball at all.
It's all right.
What episode does Michonne arrive at the prison?
Oh, that's kind of a trick.
Whoa.
Or are you just playing us?
Yeah, he's playing
No,
us.
that legit. I'm tossing up between two, so I'm thinking either season 3, episode 6, Hounded, or the following one, which is I can't remember the name of it now.
Oh. Did he get it the first try?
I don't know.
Oh, all right.
Let me work on that.
No, fair enough.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's called When the Dead Come Knocking. I'm gonna go with that. Season 3, episode 7, When the Dead Come Knocking, but it might be episode 6.
Watch this space. We'll come back to it.
Okay.
All right,
We may be sitting here for a bit.
we'll come back later.
All right, my last question though. This one should be fairly easy. Like,
Okay.
Carl eating the pudding on the roof.
Oh yeah.
Classic.
Season 4, episode 9, After.
Wow.
This is incredible.
Wow.
There
Okay.
we go.
I'm shook because this is crazy.
Yeah, it is kind of. It's a bit concerning to be honest.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
ready? So lock in your answer.
Okay.
Episode 6 or 7, were they the two contenders you were saying?
Can you repeat your question? Sorry.
So the question was, which episode does Michonne arrive at the prison?
I'll go with episode 6, Hounded.
Bingo.
Oh, wow.
It's right at the end of the episode, and then I
Yep.
think episode 7 is when she gives them the info and they go and invade and try and rescue Glenn back. But yeah.
I am shook.
Some kind of carnival freak, you know? Like,
Well, it's because she rocks up at the fence with the baby formula in her
Yeah,
hand. That's
yeah.
why
Yeah.
I let her in. Yeah. Oh,
Man.
sweet.
There are no words, right?
No.
Oh, dear.
This is incredible.
Wow.
There we go.
Bonus question.
Yeah, sure.
The episode where Gargiulio dies.
Oh,
You
actually.
just wanted to use that.
I
didn't
do.
you?
Oh, I don't know. Somewhere in season 3.
That's my question.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay,
I have no
I'll-
idea either.
I'll go with like episode 7, maybe, but not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gargiulio.
I need
Mm.
to figure this out now.
Yeah. Because
Give
that'd
that
be before they like reunite with Daryl, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, who knows?
Okay. I enjoyed that though. That was fun.
Yeah, no, that's good. I like that, getting a bit more specific with the topics, eh?
Mm.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, why don't we go into a celebrity, would you survive in this situation? Did you have a celebrity in mind, Liam, who we can throw into the Walking Dead
yeah.
apocalypse?
I
Okay.
do.
All right.
Ewan McGregor.
Oh yeah,
Ah.
boy.
Yeah.
So we haven't, this is a fairly new thing. We haven't quite worked out how this works. Do you want to, how should we go about this? Do you want to give us your version of
What
how he
happen?
would survive? Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Perfect. Let's do this.
Okay.
So, Ewan McGregor, we all know Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Mm-hmm.
He obviously still has lightsaber memorabilia, right?
Ah, yeah, of course.
Ah. Okay.
And he's been trained. Like, he knows how to wield these things well.
That's very true.
I can totally see him. And he also rides a motorbike. He is like our Daryl equivalent,
Yeah.
except with a lightsaber. Except it won't really light up and burn through stuff. It'll make like a as he hits zombies on the head with them.
True. True.
The prequel ones they used are deadly. They're like
Yeah.
thin metal poles.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
they could do a lot of damage.
And I bet you he's still got a couple of them lying around.
Mm.
So I can see him chucking on the leather jacket, jumping out on the bike, smacking it on the head.
That's very good. Yeah.
Wow. I sup-
Isaac's mind blown.
Yeah. It's funny because when you said Ewan McGregor, I actually like jumped back to like Train Spotting Ewan
Oh,
McGregor,
wow.
like
Yeah.
skinny, you know, kind of like a cowardly character, if you will, like another Eugene.
Oh, okay.
Type thing.
Interesting.
I way prefer yours, but yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Have you watched any of like I think it's Long Way Down and Long Way Round or whatever his documentaries riding around on the motorbike?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, but he's done quite a few sort of travel videos and documentaries, stuff like that. Just one of them was around Australia, I think, maybe,
Oh,
but
wow.
I'm not sure. But yeah, he just goes all around different countries and rides around, visits places and films it.
That's
He's
awesome.
famous. Why not?
Yeah, I like that just because he's famous.
yeah,
Come back to WA anytime.
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh,
Bring your
that's
lightsabers.
very good.
Yeah.
And because, you know, you can't rely on guns too much because, you know, ammo and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's uncivilized anyway. He's not a
Exactly.
big fan of
True,
it. He's
yeah.
used to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Future is lightsabers.
I like that. Yeah. Did you have any picks? Anyone else you would throw in? Oh, actually, you've been emailing
Yeah.
Tony Clay.
Okay.
I like the jump though. Tony Glide, Ewan McGregor.
Was it me that brought him up last time we
think
did
so.
this, or was it you? Okay.
I think it was you, yeah.
Okay. Would you like me to read out the email that I sent to him?
Please.
Well, when I
You
say
actually sent this.
yes,
I thought it was a joke, like when you said you were going to email it.
no,
I'm so glad this has happened.
because I said shortly after, legit, I'm gonna do it, and so I did. And so this isn't strictly to him. This is to his admin team, which I've asked to pass it on to him, to forward on to him. But I said hello from WA-based podcast group Turn South Sea because I thought WA, you know, he'd like that.
Yeah,
He'd-
he
Yeah.
likes- yeah.
Yeah, we host a show called Just Keep Walking, based around the Walking Dead TV show. We were talking recently about people that would fare well in an apocalypse. Tony Gallardi came up in spades due to his tough, rugged nature and farming skills. My question for Tony is, do you watch The Walking Dead, and do you have any thoughts on it? What would be the easiest vegetables to grow with limited water? And what would your weapon of choice be on the farm? We would love to hear from you. Thank you and kind regards, Isaac.
That is the
If he
best
does
email.
get back, I really hope his weapon of choice is a sack of potatoes.
Yeah. It'll be like a farming trowel or something. Like
Yeah,
that, you know.
true.
This
Tractor.
is bad.
Yeah, yeah, tractor. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
if by any chance you listen to this podcast, please hit us up.
Yeah.
What, Tony?
Yes. If anybody who knows Tony listens to this, please hit us up.
So, yeah, spread the word.
Yeah.
Have you
Hashtag.
like looked up any interviews with him or whatever? He works like 20-hour days, barely sleeps. He's always constantly working hard.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna take some time out to talk about zombies.
Well, it's
Yeah.
an email form. I'm not asking for an interview.
That's
Just
true.
like yes, no, farming trowel.
Fair enough. Fair
It's no
enough.
stretch. Like,
Yeah.
you want to be prepared, right?
Yeah.
He works hard, yes. Nothing but
Gotta
mad
let
respect
off
for the
some
guy.
steam sometime.
Yeah.
Well, you never know when the zombies are going to come.
You can imagine as well, he's got some crazy thought out plan already. He's got this
Oh, yeah.
underground bunker stocked
Yeah.
with everything.
yeah.
Yeah. He's got
Man
it
with
going
a
on.
plan, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, mega underground spud shed where
Yeah.
you know, it's just all survival gear and
Yeah.
canned food, potatoes. Yeah.
I'm saying, yeah.
We grow it, we sell it, you survive.
Mm. Yeah, he seems like someone who would make the best of being, you know, rich, having a successful business to like actually, you know, go and prepare for the worst.
Yeah.
I like it. That's good.
Fresh fruit and veg.
Fresh.
Who is that?
That's Ben saying that.
Is it?
Yeah,
have a
that was
listen.
ages.
Fresh.
Wow, okay.
He has a falsetto, I think it's called.
Falsetto.
No,
yeah.
baritone.
That was, yeah, falsetto is the high one.
Yeah, the other way.
Mm,
It's opposite stay.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Nice. I haven't actually thought of a celebrity, to be honest. Okay, here's a really random one. The first guy that popped into my head, Warwick Davis.
What?
So he's the dwarf actor who played like Wicket in Star Wars, and he does a lot of
Ah, yeah,
cameos
yeah.
and stuff.
He did Willow as well,
yeah.
if you saw that.
Willow. And he's done like another show called Life's Too Short, just like a comedy thing with Ricky Gervais and all that. But yeah, a funny guy. But I feel like actually that would be a big advantage as well if there's zombies. And, you know, if they got to bend down to get you, you can just run and like kick him, trip him up. And he seems like a smart, resourceful guy. So yeah.
He can't run very fast, though, can he?
No, but he can maneuver him, sure.
Someone could throw him.
Yeah. And yeah, so in Life's Too Short, there's like a scene of him as well, like going to the shopping center, and he just grabs a broom on the way in and like knocks things off the shelf and catches them in his basket. So he obviously knows how to work around different problems. So,
Genius.
yeah, we need minds like that in the apocalypse. Yeah.
And it makes zombie version of Warwick Davis so much scarier. Just ankle height, you know, running around.
Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah, before you even know it, he's just grabbed you by the leg.
Yeah, terrifying.
Yeah,
I'm really disappointed they haven't put any in there now.
I don't
Any
think they
short
have
people.
they?
Not that I can
Not
think
other
of.
than
no.
kids.
Like, I don't even think we've had many kid zombies on the show
No.
for, like, just appearance sake.
I think there was only one, at least who wasn't a character who turned.
Yeah.
And it was when Sam saw him in, like when the big herd was invading and they were walking along cloaked in guts, and the little kid Sam saw him, and that's what made him freak out and start crying and calling for his mum.
Yeah.
Because he saw like
Stupid
another kid who had turned. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. I think that's like the only time they've ever gone with kids. But well, and the very opening of the show, I
Yeah, true.
suppose. The little girl.
And Sophia.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that throws any like ideas of they don't do kids because it's too sensitive.
Yeah.
Literally, the very opening scene of the show is a little girl getting a bullet through her head.
Lets you know what you're in for, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. That's true. Actually, that's something else. Do you remember the cameo she had in season 8? And I listened to an interview with the actress a little while ago talking about it. But yeah, so it was the same girl who they got to play the zombie girl at the start with the teddy bear. And in the background at the start of season 8, remember when Carl goes to the service station and it kind of mirrors the opening scene?
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
At the very end of that scene, out of focus in the background is this girl, and she's in the same outfit and everything, walking along. Obviously, it's not supposed to be the same zombie, but yeah, I thought that was a fun little reference cameo back there.
It could well be. Like, she's just waddled all the way from Atlanta through to...
Except that she got shot.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But it could be otherwise, I suppose.
Yeah.
Long lost twin.
Yeah. Yeah. Wears the same clothes.
That's
And
sad. It's like The
keeps
Shining.
growing even after she turns into a zombie.
As do the clothes.
Yeah.
All bets are off in the apocalypse.
Like
Yeah.
Hulk's shorts.
The most indestructible thing in the world.
Absolutely.
Speaking of, good segue. Did we talk about Keanu Reeves on this show?
No.
All right, so that's my pick for sure.
Yeah.
Talk about
Okay.
motorbikes. Talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
can't kill him. Talk about
Hey.
doesn't age. He's already a vampire, so who knows? You could just imagine he's done everything you can do with weapons. He's, dare I say it, and I know this is kind of blasphemy, but he's like Daryl, the person that Daryl could hope to be one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you.
So
Yeah.
And in John Wick 3, when he uses the horses to like
yeah,
kick the guys around, he does it like 10 times in a row.
Yep.
That would be very handy with zombies.
there you go.
Yeah.
Ultimate. Yeah.
I think the only thing we haven't seen him ride is a bicycle. So I think he's done everything else.
Yeah, probably. I can't think of any time.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that's a great choice. And would, like, aside from just the celebrity being in the universe, would you want to see him, like, on the show as just as an actor playing a character at all? It'd be a
Kind
bit
of
jarring.
A little bit, like
Yeah.
kind of not maybe, unless he went the same route that Jeffrey Dean Morgan did with doing like a villain. I think he'd do a really cool villain. Imagine the kind of villain that All right, so hot take. I don't really like when he talks.
What, Negan?
No, Keanu Reeves.
Oh, okay.
I think he's a great action star. You know, he's good with moving,
Right.
but as far as delivering lines, they've always been a bit sort of janky to me personally. Like, just my idea.
That's fair.
So, but imagine you had him as a villain where maybe he had his voice box clawed out at some point, and so he could only he was a mutant in a way, you know. And so I think that would be pretty cool. And maybe he even has the same sort of Snake Eyes type thing with like a cover over his mouth. And so you just see like his eyes and his long hair and such. I don't know. I'm building a character here, but yeah.
I like it.
Or he could be the random ninja guy who shows up in the preview for the finale.
Man, can you imagine? Takes it from John Cena. No, it's Keanu Reeves.
Imagine if they like kept it such a secret, no one knew, and he just does that in the episode.
That'd be insane.
That would melt your face. It would.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
I like it.
I'll be disappointed now when we see who's actually on the
Yeah, absolutely.
Set the bar pretty high with that.
poser. Yeah.
How do you feel about that, by the way? Like, I think we've talked about it a bit before, but I don't know. Does seeing that excite you at all in the trailer, or do you just go? For me, it makes me go like, oh, another character. We've already got so many that like we're spread out between like all these different characters who I love, but it doesn't feel like the time to add another character.
Really though, like even after they culled so many with like the heads on spikes and stuff.
Yeah, well, this is one of the things that makes season 10 sort of, it knocks it down a few ranks for me. It's just that it feels like we've got all these characters, but we just don't have enough time for all of them. So you don't quite get to see all of them have interesting storylines, or there's people who just get brushed over just because there's so many, different things going on. But yeah, that's my take. What do you guys reckon?
I'm probably more upset around. Well, I'm not really upset. I didn't really think too much about the character. I thought more around the scene. Like, if I remember correctly, because it was, who was it?
Yeah, it was Aaron and Alden.
Yeah.
With like a gun to the head.
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
The
this is
last
bad.
That's never been done before.
No, but then in the trailer, like they're handling business, and they've pretty much wiped out all the Whisperers that are attacking them.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, that seems pretty irrelevant now. And then there's some other dudes swinging these little mini scythes around. I'm like, well, could have been here 5 minutes earlier, buddy. So I'm more focused on the scene than the character. The character, I'm like,
Yeah.
Now I just want it to be Keanu Reeves. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah. To me, it was a very similar sort of entrance to how we first met Michonne when we just saw her with like the hood and
Sure.
with these two chained like walkers and like a katana. It seemed like there was something about it which was reminiscent of that to me. Just another hooded character. We don't know who it is. Maybe Keanu Reeves. Like, are really gunning for that train now. So
Yeah. Actually, I've just had a thought. It doesn't really make sense because it looks like a fully grown man, but it would be awesome if that was like Herschel Jr., Maggie's son,
Yeah.
rocking up with.
could it be
crazy
Maggie?
thing.
Did we? Or no?
It could
'cause-
be, but not likely.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I originally thought it was to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine that, Herschel Jr. I
Yeah.
like that. Because she's coming back, so I guess they could write
Yeah,
that
not
in.
quite old enough though. Hey.
Yeah.
No, I
not to
wouldn't
be a
say
bit
so.
smaller. Yeah, but I mean that it works for the montage because it would be a bit awkward to in the montages doing like, oh, we've got the others and the all this and then it's like comes to them with a gun in their head and they just, do this whole action scene. It wouldn't quite work for the editing, but it definitely feels like we just skipped a whole scene or oh what that. Why did you even do a cliffhanger if you weren't going to pay it off at all? Yeah. So actually, that's one thing I'd potentially be interested to see if the 6 episodes are going back and filling in gaps in season 10, maybe. So like, remember when everyone was just like suddenly evacuated to the tower, and Alexandria was full of walkers at the start of last episode, and like there was no no explanation, but it just seemed like you'd missed a whole big set piece of them traveling. Yeah. Something like that I'd be keen to see. There's plenty of room there to fill in the gaps, I think.
I think so, yeah. That would have been cool. See maybe a couple of waves of walkers coming at them. Go, oh, yeah, the Whisperers are on their way.
Yeah.
like, yeah, we need to get out of here. We're not
Yeah.
going to take all of these out.
Oh,
Yeah, that would be
absolutely.
cool.
Hmm. Oh well, what can you do?
Sit and wait.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. Oh well, before we close the episode, I think we've missed this the last couple episodes, but do we want to do a previously?
Oh,
on-
wow. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, okay.
It has been a
Yeah.
while. Yeah.
I'm sure we've got enough stuff to come up with something. I didn't tell you guys to prepare anything. But
Alrighty.
do you want to
Let's get
announce
it.
that the name of this segment as always?
Previously on AMC's The Walking Dead.
Perfect.
Nice.
Beautiful. Have any of you guys got something you'd like to start us off with, or I can dive in if you want to?
You please.
Yeah,
I'll
take
have
it
to
away.
think about
Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh man, there's so many. I've made like a whole list of things that I just think I want to. Okay, so this is a really random small line, but T-Dog in season 2
Yeah.
when he's going to release Randall because they decided, oh, we're going to let him go, and they were holding him in the barn. He was thinking he was going to get executed, and so T-Dog's sent to go and get him before he finds that Shane's actually released him. But as he's walking in, he just does this. It ends with essentially, "Yo, Randy, Governor called. You're off the hook."
What?
His charisma, essentially.
Okay, right.
I'm gonna cut that whole thing out.
No, that needs
Oh,
to stay.
no.
That was great.
Yeah. T-Dog's charisma and yo, Randy, Governor called, you're off the hook. I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
think,
T-Dog.
there's something about some of those characters in the early seasons, the way it could have just been an easy throwaway line, or he could have just walked in and been like, oh, he's gone, but
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
T-Dog was awesome.
yeah.
Here's a question for you.
Mm.
What is Merle's response when he finds out that T-Dog has died? I remember this like randomly because I was
Yeah.
like, damn, that's
You
cold.
remember all of Merle's dialogue?
Yeah.
Nah, I can't remember, hey.
He says, I hope he went slow.
Oh,
So yeah.
That is cold.
Yeah.
cold.
Because if you remember, he left him chained up on the roof and like
yeah.
Mm.
dropped the key and all that. So he was like, well, screw you,
Yeah.
T-Dog.
I mean, it's understandable, but yeah, but Mel was always like racist and all.
Yeah, oh,
so-
he was terrible, yeah.
Yeah, not great. Actually, well, I'll do one more real quick then, because that was kind of it's like one line.
You can't cut out that first one.
I'm going to.
No.
But so similar, I think it might be the same episode or just a bit earlier, but it's Rick and Glenn. They're in the car. I think they're going to find Herschel. He's gone off drinking, and Glenn starts talking about Maggie and how much he likes him. And I think it's just a nice moment between the two. It's almost one of the first times we really see them actually one-on-one, just having a scene together, having dialogue, and Glenn's all freaking out because like, oh, I'm not sure if Maggie likes me or this, and Rick just says something along the lines of, everyone can see that she likes you, mate. This is a good thing. Just make the best of it. And it's just a nice scene. I think they've got it sort of starts off their dynamic fairly well because they hadn't had too much stuff together before then. So yeah,
Nice.
there we go.
I like that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Also, if Rick was Australian too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, mate.
Mate.
She'll be right, Cobber. Alrighty, I go on.
Okay, good.
Sigh of
panicking.
relief.
Oh.
I really liked the moment where, I think it was in the pilot, where little Dwayne was so excited that he smacked Rick in the head, but I think it was a shovel. It's like, boom! Daddy, I smacked this fool! Something along those lines. But he was just, you could see he was freaking out a little bit, but he was also like really amped up. I'm like, yeah, good on you, buddy.
Yeah.
You got it wrong, but I love the enthusiasm.
It was so like comical as well.
Yeah.
Hey, the way like Rick's just standing there and then this shovel just flies into the frame and smashes him in the head.
Oh,
Yeah,
gold.
that was good. Oh,
Oh,
Zach,
you're both looking
anything
at me.
comes to mind?
Look, a lot of things. I don't know what I've said in the past to be.
Yeah, that's all right.
Something that comes to mind. So talking about season 2,
Mm.
I believe, the deer that they're tracking, and the whole unexpected shot that happens when Carl just gets sort of just gets a bullet out of nowhere, and it all happens in kind of slow motion, and it's
Right.
you see the
yeah.
expression drop from Rick's face, and he's like, "Oh damn, what just happened?" And yeah, I think, does that cut to black or something? And it's like the next episode. Yeah. So if anything, as far as, I'm not a big fan of cliffhangers,
Sure.
but that to me was like, oh man, now we have to see what happens next. Your son just got shot. So looking back at it, it's I remember watching it and being quite shocked myself because it's like, look, Dad, I'm smiling at this deer, and then kapow, see ya. Yeah.
And knowing it's coming as well on like the second watch around, it seems to go on forever. Just this moment, like it's a really nice moment looking at the deer, but when you're just waiting every second for, when's the bullet gonna come? Yeah, it's a nice moment. Hey, yeah.
Which
That's
part?
Yeah, Ben.
This could turn very dark.
No,
Well, not him getting shot,
Yeah.
but looking at the deer. Yeah.
it definitely subverted, the way that the scene was playing out. And you're like, this is so sweet, but then no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
AMC says lol jokes.
Yeah.
That's it. Happens a lot, doesn't it?
That's just their slogan, isn't it? Or their catchphrase, lol jokes.
Nice. Awesome. Well, yeah, I think we're about the hour point. We'll wrap it up there. Unless there's anything else you guys would like to talk about.
Oh, there was one thing actually.
Yeah.
Quick discussion point. So quite often, one of the things that attracts the walkers, when they walk into a building, they'll tap on a door frame or something, see who's around. When there's already a horde of zombies which are bumbling around, knocking things over, crashing, how are they not always just attracted to each other? Like a zombie off in the distance knocks over a paint can. How do all the others not then turn and go toward that thing and start, like all the sounds of them making their grunting and groaning? How does that not like drown out the sound of anything else that's being made,
Yeah, very good question.
Like I was thinking that's like part of why hordes are formed, isn't it? Just because they're all sort of, drawn to each
Yeah.
other and noise and stuff like that. They all come together. But yeah, you're right in the sense of a small noise that someone else makes off in a distance shouldn't grab all their attention. Hey?
Well, at first, when I was trying to reason it out really early on into the show, I thought to myself, okay, maybe it's only like human voices, or if you're close enough, they can smell you, or something like that. But then, very much that they'll come into the doorway, like tap on the thing, or bang the gates, or and that's how they turn entire hordes around, by like banging on things and making explosions and stuff like that. So it seems like, okay, in a building where most of the time things are quiet, along comes Mary and knocks down a, bucket down the well. And doing a crossover here in case you hadn't.
Wait, when's this? Oh, Mary. I
Yeah.
thought you said Mary.
Ah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings thing, full
Got
of
it.
joke. But yeah, similar sort of thing where it's like, okay, now we've got the attention of every walker in the entire tri-state area because I accidentally, dropped a spanner or something. And it's just, I feel like it's blown out of proportion.
Can you name any specific scenes where that's happened?
Man,
Because
no.
I'm just trying to think of a time where it was something like a small sound. Because most of the ones I can think of were like a gunshot or something, or even like when the truck crashed into Alexandria with the big horn.
Yeah.
Like that's understandable because it's such a loud noise, but.
Oh, I don't know. I can only think of like
put you
isolated
on the spot
incidents
there,
in
yeah.
like buildings where it's like, yeah, I will gently, a broom falls over and makes a clack noise, and then up they all wake up and stuff like that. I just, I wonder how they're always not just up and awake and moving to all the sounds they hear, and
Sure.
if
Yeah.
they get tired of doing that, like false alarm, guys.
Go back to bed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely something that's inconsistent in the first few seasons. Because I think Frank Darabont was like showrunner. I'm pretty sure he was for the second season as well, or at least he was heavily involved in writing it and all that. And he had quite a different idea for how the zombies would work. So in season 3 is when they start, at the prison. They'll bang on the gate and all the walkers will come. But season 2, there's like when they walk into the church early on, they're all just like sitting in the pew and stand up and turn around. So it's like the walkers were just sitting there waiting for something to happen.
Which is that's a lot scarier to me.
Yeah, it is for sure.
Yeah.
And there's even when Rick and Shane like cut their hand and put the blood on the fence so that the walker will come up and start licking the blood so they can kill it. But then in the later seasons, all you have to do is just bang on the fence and they'll just come. So yeah, there's definitely inconsistencies there. Hey.
Imagine that. You like cut yourself to try and attract and then someone just comes along and bangs on the fence. You didn't have to do any of that.
I still think they could have just done that because the walker would have still just come at them.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they just need to get their head close to the fence, but who knows?
Yeah. That's my thought anyway, yeah.
That's a good
fair.
point.
I'm sure there are a few. I'm just trying to think of something specific.
I'll
but
try
I'm
and
sure
find
there's
one
ones.
and-
yeah, definitely. That'd be good.
Yeah, how would they hear? Like when you talk about horde, I know we're sort of rambling on about it now, but from a horde perspective, like that, all the grunting and the shuffling of feet, that'd be monstrously loud. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how do they change direction? Like what causes them to change direction, I suppose I should say. Because
Yeah.
you're not going to hear anything, are you?
Well, you might wonder if they tune out all of those things. Like right back in the first season when you have Glenn and Rick who are putting on the guts for the first time, something that always made me laugh is one kind of comes up to Glenn and then Glenn just makes like a noise and then it kind of goes off. And so I wonder if they have like a little check that they do. Like I'm all just guessing here.
Yeah.
But like if they just tune out the noises of all of the other grunts and specifically look for isolated noises, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very inconsistent because then the whisperers would be in trouble. Yeah, and even the smell thing, like, it doesn't really make that much sense. Because Michonne can just walk around with a couple walkers next to her and that does the job. But then, like, and I guess Beta even, like, he just walks in with the horde and just acts like a zombie. So that kind of sells the idea that the smell doesn't even matter. You just need to act like a zombie and they'll think you are. But, yeah. That's all right. That's one of those things that you just say, oh, it's a TV show. We'll just go with it.
Right.
We'll go with it.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Well, let's wrap it up there then.
Cool.
Once again, Turn Sounds is the production house. Is that what you call it?
Yep, that's exactly
Yeah.
what we'll call it from now on.
Great. Awesome. So, yeah, we produce a few other podcasts. We got a Star Wars one, movie reviews. Your wife Shelby's got one called... It's Move Your Mind, right?
That's right, yeah.
So all about fitness. So it's kind of like all sorts of different things. They're not all necessarily movies and TV related. But yeah, so turnsounds.com is where you can find out more about that and also where you can get in touch with us if you'd like to send in any comments or suggestions. If you'd like us to talk about certain stuff or have your own theories to throw in, then please go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
As we found on our other shows, like as soon as listener engagement comes along, we pretty much hit the brakes on everything else we do and put our attention toward that listener because
Yeah,
they're
that's how
important to us.
desperate we are.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're right. Hey, it's because important because, well, obviously we do this for fun just because we enjoy it, but also if we know that you're enjoying it as well, then yeah, we want to do what you guys like to hear. So there we go.
Tony Galati, if you tell us you want something in the show, we'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Absolutely. In a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Maybe. He just says, shut up. Stop talking.
Stop emailing me.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I've been Ben. And
I've still been Isaac.
And I'm always Liam.
fantastic.
Always.
Nice.